right, hi, my name is Jeff Mohler. This is my 1987 Porsche 928 S4 from San Jose, California, and I'm really glad to be here today. So this isn't my first 928. This is my third. I had one before this when I first got into them. It was a fun project. I learned a lot from it. And then I bought a little beater one to get around, and I found this one on Renlist about 5 years ago for sale for parts. And I figured, well, I needed a parts car, so I went and looked at it. The guy wanted $1,000, and I bought it in pretty much this shape. Not the same paint, not the same wheels or interior, but it needed an airflow meter, and I drove it home. So that's what I did. It's been a number of years of restoration work. I've had a lot of fun restoring it. It's not necessarily a difficult car to work on. I've done all the work myself except for a few things in the transmission and rear end, just getting them refreshed. But I've really enjoyed it over the period of time I've had it. After a few years, I had my first car. My daughter was getting about 14, 15 years old. She really liked working on it with me. So when we turned 16, I got her an 85. I picked up off Craigslist. Gave it to her, a pile of parts to get it running and safe to drive again, and she really enjoyed it. She still has it today. She's 19. And matter of factly, she's at Porsche North America right now studying to be a mechanic. She enjoyed working on cars so much, she got out of high school, went straight to UTI, and made it clear that she was interested in going to the Porsche program. You can't really go to the Porsche program. You elect interest into the program, and they pick you. Every year they pick 12 students. They take them down to North America headquarters in Atlanta, and they turn them into professional mechanics. So this fall she's going to come out, and she's going to have a 2-year contract with the dealership. She's really looking forward to it and loves her 928. Gets her a lot of attention at the classic shop down in Atlanta. So last year was my first real car show with this car. I did a Works Reunion as part of Monterey Car Week. It came out of paint the day before I showed up. It was still missing a lot of pieces under the car and a few things under the hood. So it didn't place well, but it drew a lot of attention. This car's been kind of a part of the last year for me. Right after Works last year, I suffered a stroke. I was down for, well, at least 3 days. I wasn't able to move. And after a month, I got out of the hospital. And after about 2 months, I got myself back to work. And right after Christmas, got myself back into working on the car. With the help of a friend of mine who's also here this week. You know, I couldn't get down on the ground easily. I couldn't get back up, but I was still doing all of my own work, and it really helped me get back in shape. I really enjoyed working with the car over that time. So when I bought this car in 2015, it was in pretty good shape. It was on its second owner after sitting under a tree for 8 years. The clear coat on the back third of the car that had been repaired for some reason was peeling off, and the paint on the front 2/3 was rotten. Where water stuck on the edges of all the panels, mold and mildew had gotten through and pitted it. It was in pretty sad shape, but it was a good 50-50 car. It didn't run. It needed an airflow meter, and after that, it pretty much ran. It's running the same way it is today as it did then. Since then, I've done a lot of restoration work with the car. It's had a full repaint, most importantly, and that was the biggest single expense. But I went through and I had the transmission rebuilt. I upgraded to a lower gear ratio LSD rear end. I've redone the seats, the dash, the wheel. I've gone all out to try to make this car as original as possible. Probably one of the biggest challenges is taking a 30-year-old car and taking all of the previous owner out of it to get things back factory. A lot of research online into undoing people's things has gone a long way. My daughter learned to drive in this car before she got her own 928. She took her driver's test in this car, and before I got repainted, she'd be seen at Sears Pointer Thunderhill doing track work. Since then, again, we've just kept up with the day-to-day maintenance. Hasn't been a challenge, and I really love the car. Got it painted in 2017, and the biggest sin I guess I'm making right now is it's a daily driver, but that's how I wanted it, and that's how I enjoy it.